I am here again to introduce to you Introduction to Computer System. I still remain my humble self, James A. Collins, your online facilitator, or whatever you choose to call me. But I want to go with the popular names that most of you have been sending to me, online facilitator. Today, in this moment, we are going to just share an insight of what an introduction to computer system is. You understand? And then please do remember that this channel is not only meant for computer science courses or studies alone. No, other good, valuable courses are coming up, and more facilitators are coming up. So, and I thank you for sharing. I thank you for following me. Thank you for referring my videos. I thank you for what? For encouraging me by DMing and other ways of you communicating with me through this channel. But now, today is not just going to be for appreciation alone, as most people do say that I like to appreciate. Yeah, I like to appreciate a lot. Now we want to discuss what an introduction to computer system is. Okay? Yes, introduction to computer system. As you can see on the screen, pages of one of my textbooks I called Computer Fundamentals. Okay, Computer Fundamentals. This is a textbook that has been moving around, all various schools, from secondary school to tertiary institutions, from one state to another, even across, this country, Nigeria. So now, this is the content of the course that we shall be treating, batch by batch, or in sections by sections, or by modules, or by chapters by chapters. No, you can see that under this chapter 1, we have what we call Introduction to Computer, History of Computer. What is computer? Uses of the computer. We have what we call types of computer. You understand that? So we have a lot in this textbook, in this study guide. Okay? No. Now we want to move to Introduction to Computer. As I said earlier, that will be what we shall discuss briefly for today. And when you are being asked Introduction to Computer, okay, my students, online students, even in my lecture theater, not online now, in this physical realm, that they do confuse when they have been asked what's an introduction to computer, to what computer is. Okay? When I ask them what's an introduction to computer, just give me little notes or explanation of what we understand by the word introduction to computer is. Most, not all of them, most would send the message to me online, or just they will be giving me a definition to what computer system is. No, it's quite wrong, very, very wrong. Yeah, it's just like you are with me, and I don't know you before, you don't know me before, and you ask me, please, can you introduce yourself? So you are asking me more than my name. You understand? You are asking me what? More than my name. So likewise in this study, Introduction to Computer, okay? You want to know more than what computer is. You want to know more than the definitions of computer. You just want to know more than the physical aspect of computer. Yes, Introduction to Computer. So when we are now saying that Introduction to Computer, we are expecting you to know, or I am expecting you to know, how computer is being invented, the stages involved, the history of computer, the usage, the uses or areas that computer can be used for, elements, or we call them components of computer. Okay, you also have what we call the peripherals attached to this computer, and not only that, the types of computer we have. You understand? And this type of computer is being based on some classifications. In those days, We have what we call types of computer based on generations, like the first generation, the second generation, the third generation. Then we were taught to the to the fourth generation of computer. But as I am growing, presently now we have 80th generations, even though we have 11th generations. You understand? So now let me just digress a bit. So now when I'm discussing types of computer with people or with my students or with those people who cares to listen to me, I would like to classify my types of computer based on just three areas. And one is what? Based on the size, how big it is. Based on the purpose. Why do you want this computer? You are procuring this computer system for what purpose? For what reason? What are you using it for? You understand? Then the third one is what? Based on power. P-O-W-E-R. Power. So, based on size, based on purpose, based on power. Do you understand? So, though we are going there, not today. Now, computer has a lot of aspects. When I said a lot of aspects of computer, that is what I'm asking you to give to me, as in asking you to share the knowledge you know about what introduction to computer. You understand? So as you can see that we won't go much about the history of computer. We won't go much about how this computer is being invented. You understand? We have a lot of materials online like this now that you are reading. Like one of my textbooks here called Fundamental Computer Fundamentals. You have a lot of materials that will tell you how computer is being invented, how it started, how where it started, who started it. All these things are under the history of what? Of computer. Do you understand? But my major purpose for this class, for this online tutorial, for this channel, is just that. Not only the theoretical aspect that you do listen to in your four corners or your classroom or your lecture theaters. No, it's beyond that. It's very, very beyond that. But ability to actually understand that this computer system of a thing is what you need to know theoretically and practically. Even though the practical sense of your computer understanding should overwhelm that your theoretical aspect of your study, of your computer study. You understand? We are still going there. Maybe under chapter 6 or chapter 8 of this book called the Computer Fundamentals, we have the practical approach to the computer system applications. Now, without much wasting your precious time, actually I'm not wasting your time, so I will tell you that introduction to computer now is just more than defining what computer is. But please take note of that. It's more than a definition. Now, since you know that introduction to computer covers from the invention down to the history, down to the usage, down to the computer packages or applications, down to the elements or components, down to the net, even though networking, databasing, and all those kind of things that are under computer studies. Okay, now that you know that, I want to move to what we call definition of a computer. Definition of a computer. We have various definitions, attached to computer system. Okay, we have various ones. But they are all good. Those ones you've had, those ones you've been taught, those ones you've read online, they have good definitions to computer. The good ones are acceptable universally. But then this one now, I do say that since you know that this computer is a device. Okay? that do what? That processes what you call data. Data, okay? And it turns this data into what? Tell me. Okay, it turns this data into what? It turns this data into a desirable information. Desirable what? Information. Now I want you to know, when you have been asked to define what computer system is, remember we have key words. Keywords, key words that you must always remember when you are defining your computer system. And these keywords must be there. One of these keywords is that computer is a device. Never forget that computer is what? Is a device. Never forget what? Computer is a device. Computer is a what? Again, is a device. Do you understand? Never forget what we call process. Never forget what? What we call process. P-R-O-C-E-S. Process. That's number 2 keyword in computer definition. And never forget what we call data. Very, very important. Data. Okay? Data. And the last keyword in computer definition is what? Information. Information. Do you understand? Now, these 4 words: device, process, data, and information. These keywords, once you have it in your memory, all you need is to find other English words or in your language attached to these 4 words. That's your definition of computer system. Now, I want to pick these keywords and explain further. When we say something is a device, can you tell me another word, another name, or in your own language? Can you give me another explanation of what device is? Device. Yes, device, you can say, is a tool. Do you understand? We can even call it an instrument or an equipment, device. Whatever you are able to use, whatever you are able to gather together, whatever you are able to, to come up with to just help you to deliver something. For example, now, like this, lapel my phone is a device, right? Like this shirt I'm putting on is also a device. What does it do? It covers me, So, computer, when you say it's a device, you can also say computer is just that machine. It's just that equipment. It's just like tool, okay, that processes data. What is the meaning of process? The literal meaning of process is what you know, okay? Process, you can say, it covers stages from one step to another, okay? That means that if this computer we call a device is processing what we call data, that which I explained, further, that means it takes this computer some steps, some processings, some steps, some stages for the computer, to pass through, to deliver your job, to deliver your expectation. That is that process. Though in computer now, we have various stages of process in computer, but we are going there not today. Do you understand? Now, I've explained what device is. Like, you can call it a tool, you can call it an instrument, you can call it equipment. Like I use this microphone, like I use this shirt. It's just that you can't see the studio around. You will have seen a lot of devices here, performing various things, making sure that I have this video done. Likewise, your computer system. Do you understand? It's a device that you employ to perform certain things. Do you get it? Now, process, stages, ways of doing its own things. Now, we say it processes what we call data. Process what is called what? Data. What is now this data? Yes. majority will say, almost all of us will say, data is a raw fact. Raw. R-A-W. Fact. F-A-C-T. Raw facts. What is this raw facts? Yes. When we say something is raw, that means something is undone. Do you get it? When you say something is raw, that means something that is not yet finished. Still under process. Okay? When we say something is raw. Do you get it? It's just like your beans you purchased, from the market or from wherever. You get it? You still need to wash it. You need to, do some things to it, like wash it. We are not we are not in food class, but you need to wash it. I know that. You cannot just get it from market. You cannot just start cooking it without cleansing it, right? So like washing, putting on your gas, cooking it, making it edible. That's just it. So what we call raw is something that is not edible, something still under process, something still not done, something still not finished. Do you understand? So data is the raw facts. Data is that your business that you want computer to help you to finish, to process into your desired taste. Remember when we are defining computer, we say inputs, then we say outputs. Do you understand? So, and then that is the third one. We've discussed device, we've discussed discussed process, we've discussed data now. Do you understand? So into and what? Information. Like I do say, please, when you are saying that computer is a device that processes data into an information as outputs or whatever languages you are using, please always try to attach a desired information. Do you get it? A desired what? Information. What I'm trying to explain is this, that, when computer, in some cases, when computer helps you to process your data, in some cases the result might not be what you wanted until when you start restart processing it again. Do you understand? So into a desired information. What is this information now? Remember we say data is a raw fact. You get it? Unprocessed, fact. Unprocessed, inputs. You get it? Raw, something undone. So when you now say it processed data into a desired information, that means it has cooked, it has finally prepared and processed. Remember, processed that raw data into your taste, into what you are expecting, into the purpose of you initially even start processing it. Do you get it? Like where I'm in my country, Nigeria, here in Africa, those that understand what we call pounded yam. Okay? When you purchase this your yam, your raw yam, when you purchase it, when you take it to kitchen, before you start pounding it, into morsel, into pounded yam, the yam will have been washed, cleaned, sliced, okay, into sizes, then cooked. Then you will have satisfied that this yam is now done, edible, already prepared to be pounded. Then after the pounding, you can start eating it with joy. Okay? So likewise, the work of computer. You give the computer an instruction. This is what I want you to do for me. I want you to process this data for me. Okay? That's an instruction. You instructed a machine, the device called computer. Bam! Through your input device. We are going to explain more about input device, output device, when we get to what we call component of computer system or element of computer system. Do you understand? Okay, so computer processes your instructions, and via some output device, various output devices attached to your computer, okay, the computer will just deliver. So information now in a just single word, in a way that you don't even have a problem, is what we call a processed data. Okay, a processed what? Data. A processed data. As you can see on your screen, I said in most home schools, government, the world at large, you know, So I just gave you, I said, so therefore computer is basically an electronic device which can respond to command, instructions, or a program, process the data according to the specific commands, instructions, and gives out the results, output, which is information, and store it for reference use. Do you see? So what I've just explained is just the short, explanation of how you can easily define your computer when being asked in the school, when being discussed among your peers, that's just it. You understand? So there is something we call input and output. There's something we call storage device. A lot of devices attached to this computer system. Do you get it now? Once again, before I move forward, you can just tell your lecturers, tell whoever asks you, or you can even explain to people that computer is simply that device, electronic device, that accept command or that processes data into our desired information. That's as simple as that. Okay, this definition will complement other definitions that you have or that you know. That's just it. Now, when we are discussing computer, that takes us to what we call uses of this computer. Is this computer just procured for nothing? No. You buy the computer, it becomes yours. Your learnings, you are able to work on it, to do some certain things, if not most all things for you. Yes, though God is in all things, but computer nowadays, the programmers will understand that do almost all things for you. So, in which areas are this computer system useful? That's just it. Usage of the computer. Without reading the introductions of what you have on your screen, you can see that computer can be used or is useful, or we cannot just do without computer system in what we call banking sector. Either e-banking, that e-banking is what we call electronic banking. Electronic banking. That's just it. So, like your ATM, like this cashless policy that we've been introduced to, without the help of computer system, it can't come to life. That's just it. You have been to various banks in your life, or you will still be there if you have not been there, or you see that they are using effectively, they are all pure computer systems. So remember that your banking, that your bank, computer or computers are needed there. You understand? So because of our time now, we have what we call communication. Computers and communications hardware and software, when being in place, and what I'm trying to say is this: when computer hardware and software, understand, these two are the major components or elements of computer system: hardware and software. But we are not discussing that today. We are just discussing an introduction to computer now. I will soon round up, and prepare for another class. You get it? So now, communication. I love this aspect. Communication. communication. What I'm using to communicate with you now is being aided by the power and strength and availability of computer systems around us. And you receiving my messages also is via computer system. Though you might be listening or watching this video, on your laptop, on your computer, personal laptop, computer system, or on your phones. When we get to the types of computer system, you understand better what I'm trying to explain now. So it's not only this is an example of the ways computer communicates or helps us in our communication. You understand? So there are various ways that computer helps us, in our communication. Like I can communicate to you, pick my phone, hello, hey Jane, how are you? How's yours? How's, all this kind of thing. The distance barrier, computer has been helping us to break the distance barrier. You understand? So now, shopping. Don't forget, you need computer in banking system or in banking sector. You need computer, to aid our communication. Now, shopping, buying over the internet. We all do that. We have various platforms, on the internet that we purchase things, we order for things. We even order for food, when we all have various, kind of platform that gives us the access right from the comfort of our home. We demand, we purchase things, and before we know, depending on the duration given to us to receive our goods or our package or our parcel, before you know, we receive it without even moving from our compound or from wherever we are. You understand? So what we call a database here, a database. In fact, I will just tell you briefly what a database is. A database, I love that course, database. So we are going to treat it, by God's grace, database. So now, what makes this online business or shopping more effective, even effective, is a strong database attached to it. I won't say more than that. So when we get to that lesson, or to that module called database, expect more of it, and you will become a database administrator. You get it? You will become a database what? Administrator. By God's grace, when we get there. Not only becoming a database administrator, you will be able to build your own base for data. That's just it. So now, a lot of, for email, you understand email, electronic mail. Do you understand that? It's just the transmission and storing of messages by computer on all networks or internet telecommunication. Do you understand? As you use your phone to send SMS, that's short word, what we call SMS, that's short, message to another phone via email also. It's just in form of electronic message sent to another email that is on the same network or that is on what? That is on internet telecommunication. So now, a lot of things, a lot of areas that we use computer system. Is it in health sector? In health sector now, we use computer system for a lot of things in health sector. Okay? In fact, we use computer for diagnosis, for DS, what they call DS in headline. We use computer system for treatment. There are various types of treatment, though we are not going there now. We use computer system for referencing. You get it? We use computer system for research purpose. You get it? We use, there's what we call, I love this aspect in medical line. What's that called? Yes, medical imaging. Yes, medical imaging. In fact, when I was treating this course in those days, even then not quite long, I loved the course. So computer system is not just computer knowledge, thorough knowledge, not just being a user of the computer system, becoming a professional in it, cut across all disciplines on this, on this health. Is it banking? Is it marketing? Is it X sector? Is it military aspect? I don't just know. Is it education aspect? No, no, no. We all know that. We all know that we need it. So even though to our mothers, our mothers in the market, selling goods, they need computer system. They need the knowledge, they need the understanding, and practically they need it. So now, not to waste time on areas that computer is being useful, I want us to now go to types of computer. Types of what? Computer. Getting here now, I will round up and we'll continue again. So like I said, that the two what? in this modern world now, we have the two major computer in use. Listen to me, please. The two major computer in use. 1, 2. The two major computer in use has been what? Analog computer and digital computer. Analog computer and digital computer. Okay? Remember what I said earlier when I was discussing types of computer, that we have types of computer based on generation, that is being classified based on generation, and we have the one based, and I said that I love discussing my own types of computer based on size, on size, purpose, and power. Do you understand that? Okay. But the fact still remains in academic world that the two major computer in this modern world now, academically now, okay, maybe for the sake of your examinations in the school, for the sake of, they are based on two. Analog computer and what? Digital computer. You understand? So by the time we move deeply and try to explain analog computer and then digital computer, you understand that at the end of the day, after the explanation of this digital computer and analog computer, okay, at the end of the day, at the end of the whole explanation, the whole research, the whole paper written on analog and digital computer, all see based on what? Power, size, and purpose. Do you get it? So, please, at this junction, I want you to please follow this page. I want you to comment. I want you to share. You understand? And I want you to subscribe to this channel. And I want you to message us, tell us where it remains, tell us what to do. Yes, that's just the purpose. That's just its purpose. Okay, I remain my humble self, James E. Collins, your online facilitator. Yeah, your online facilitator. I lecture in some higher institutions down here, and also I will tell you. So now, thank you for the end of today's classroom. God bless you. I believe you've managed, or you've gotten one or two things from today's class. I want you to also expect the continuation of whatever we have to discuss in computer study, courses. And thank you for following, thank you for sharing, and thank you for even commenting, telling me the flaws, telling me what remains to touch, and other aspects. Thank you so much. See you again.